Yo, hey guys, what's up? Kyle here. I want to do another quick video here. I just finished doing the review of the NXT Our Evolution event show um, that I watched today, this morning. Anyway, watching that show, I got me really pumped and just really excited, and it's like you look at the guys that WWE has in terms of newer stars, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, um, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, and the entire all of the Wyatt family. Mentioning all three of those guys, um, Cesaro, plus the guys that get called up to in NXT from Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Kenta, etc. WWE has this great talent. I said it a couple of months back. The guys that they've had and the guys that keep bringing in, even through their developmental system, WWE, you can say, has the best crop of talent that they've had, I feel, in the last 10 years. However, um, NXT, the tagline for NXT has always been the future is now, or the next generation. And you see that in NXT. However, once those stars come to the main roster, that future looks very dim. When it should be looking bright, it looks very dim. I can name a bunch of guys at the top of my head. I mean, from with the exception of the Shield members, from Biggie Langston, Bo Dallas, um, who else? The Wyatt family. Even though they're kind of starting to do something with them now, and they had something doing with them, back a year ago. Wyatt family, Biggie Langston, what's his name? Adam Rose, which I've never been a big fan of, and I knew he wasn't going to go far anyway. But the point that I'm making is that all these stars, I may be forgetting a few others, that have come up from NXT have been lost in the shuffle. It's like, NXT is the staple for the future. When they get to the main roster, it's like, okay, well, WWE, where is this future? They're not here. I think it's terrible. I think 2015, that 2015 next year, WWE they got to push for new stars. They got to push the new stars, and they got to push them right, and they got to be consistent with it. Because when you have, you look at WWE's situation, all they have is just John Cena and Randy Orton in terms of consistent stars, made stars that are already on the roster each and every day. It's already rumored that Brock Lesnar is going to leave WWE and go back to UFC once he drops the belt at Mania. Chris Jericho, Batista, and Rob Van Dam, they're seasonal wrestlers, so they come in for a season and then they're gone the next. WWE got rid of CM Punk. They got rid of Alberto Del Rio. Whether you thought the guy was boring or not, he was a talent that they invested stock in. He's a former 4-time world champion, Money in the Bank winner, Royal Rumble winner. Point is, he was already a star that they had made some investments in. They got rid of him. Sheamus is on the sidelines, who they should have reinvented at least 2 years ago. Even Daniel Bryan's comeback and his return to the ring has its doubts and starting to come into question. Point that I'm making is, with all these different things going about in terms of star power, stars, talent, you would think WWE would take the current talent that they have and light a rocket up their ass, but they don't. With the exception of Seth Rollins, with the exception of Rusev for right now, and with the exception, it's coming, with Roman Reigns. Besides those three, everyone on that entire roster has dwindled. Even Dean Ambrose, which I, for one, am shocked. They've all just dwindled. Thank God the fans are still invested in them, but still, you would think Dean Ambrose would be on par with Roman and Seth, but he's not. He's probably, you would say, on the same level as Dolph Ziggler right now. They got a push next year for 2015. I thought it was terrible that Vince McMahon had made the comment on Stone Cold podcast that the only person who ever tried to grab the brass ring was John Cena. You mean to tell me John Cena is the only person to grab or want to grab that brass ring in WWE? John Cena. Not Randy Orton, not Batista, Edge, CM Punk 4 years ago. Hell, Daniel Bryan late last year, earlier this year, going into WrestleMania. None of those guys ever tried to grab the brass ring. No, Vince McMahon. The only reason why no one grabs the brass ring, or at least try to, is because when they do try, you punish them for it, you hold them back, or you just ignore them completely and still go right on ahead and continue to push John Cena. Now, I know John Cena may be the face of the company, the franchise player. His work ethic must be incredible, which it is. I will give John Cena credit for that. But one man may carry a show, but he can't make the show. You know what I mean? And I guess what I'm saying is that, John Cena may be the truck driver driving the truck, but that truck needs wheels to roll. That truck needs a steering wheel for you to drive it in various, to drive it down the road. It needs an engine to run. You need all these different parts to make the truck go. It's not just the driver, but all these things of the object itself to make it go. It's probably a bad analogy, but it's the only thing I can think of right now. Point I'm making is that John Cena may be the man, but John Cena cannot make all of WWE great. You're only as good as your dancing partner. WWE, the only guys on their roster that are persistently on the roster and on every Raw, SmackDown, that has value, that has star power, is Randy Orton and John Cena. And, Vince will go and say, well, no one wants to grab the brass ring and all that other stuff. It's like, I won't try to grab the brass ring either. If I'm going to be punished for it, or if you won't elevate me and take me to the next level, I think it's terrible. NXT is the best thing WWE has on their network and one of their best televised TV shows. And it's like, once these guys get to the main roster, it's like, well, what the hell happened? What are you doing, WWE? It's terrible. When you have these guys and you have them with the stop and go push, or you do something stupid with the talent, they'll never be or have that same value or be deemed in the viewer's mind, people who watch these superstars, on the same level as a John Cena or a Randy Orton, because you don't make them out to be that way. These young superstars, these young talent. So 2015 better be a youth movement. I'm calling for a youth movement in the WWE. You can still have your John Cena, let him make $5 million, make a wish, granted to sick children. That's fine. You can have Randy Orton do what he does and has been doing over the last 8 years. But you got to push your new talent. And the only person I see them doing that with right now is Seth Rollins, who I would consider at this point a co-main eventer. He's not a main eventer just yet. I think him being the Money in the Bank winner, and until he wins that belt, which is going to happen, that'd be the extra little boost, the extra little nudge to push him over the cliff. But until then, I don't think Seth Rollins is a main eventer just yet. Even though he's main event pay-per-views and Raws, I don't consider him a main eventer, just more of a co-main eventer. He's one of the men, but he's not the man just yet. But him, Rusev, and whether you hate him or not, like I said again, the Roman Empire is coming. They're going to push Roman Reigns up to the moon. I don't mind it. I just think they need to be careful with it and how they do it, because it could backlash and backfire on both WWE and Roman. I think they need to be careful as to how they build him and push him, as well as they need to do a lot of retooling with Roman Reigns. And stop trying to make him to be someone else that he is not. And we definitely know who does not have like another person they're trying to make him to be out to be. Trying to make him out to be. Anyway, I'm saying all this to say 2015, it better damn well sure be a youth movement in WWE. Bray Wyatt, Ambrose, Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cesaro. These guys better get a freaking push. That's why I kind of fear for Adrian Neville. I love Adrian Neville. Been a fan of his for years. I fear for him because since he's lost the NXT title, you can pretty much bet your bottom dollar he's going to get called up. I fear for that man and his role on the roster. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about this. Do you agree, disagree? Your opinions in the box below. Comment, subscribe. Peace.